So what I want to talk about today is starting to plan for your essays. So the essays are pretty important when it comes to college process. Some colleges can ask for as many as to 5 responses that they want for you to talk about. And the essays consist of short responses or long ones. They can range from about like 100 words to 500 words for some essays. Like I believe the Cornell essay that I had to write was about 500 words. And it can be overwhelming, especially for applying to multiple schools, or even just for applying to one or a few schools. It can still be overwhelming, especially with all the questions that they ask. And that's why I really suggest that you start planning and / writing your essay and writing your first draft of your essay before your senior year. I would really suggest before junior year. I think the best time to start thinking about that is sophomore year, and then by the summer going into your junior year, start actually writing things down. But what does planning for an essay look like? That's what I want to talk about today. So planning for the essay would mean that you just want to look up what those essay questions would be. Like for the Common App, for example, they usually have those questions online, and if they haven't, but the questions for that like this coming year or the year that you're applying for have not been released yet, you can look up and see like some of the questions they usually have. Same thing for the colleges. Like for the colleges that you're applying for, if they might not have the questions out yet, you can look for some of the previous questions they had from previous years, just get an idea about what kind of questions they would ask, and just kind of seeing how you would respond to those questions, and also the qualities about yourself they want to come on your essay. And this is really important. So usually when colleges have questions for their essays, they might the question at first glance, it would seem like, okay, they're just asking, why do you want to come to this college? And some people may think that their first reaction is to write, all right, well, this college is like really prestigious, and just kind of like the cliche things everybody else would talk about, or just kind of like more exterior things, how the college looks. Oh, I like that it's in the city. And it's like, okay, like that's pretty cool. But another thing that the college admissions officers want to see is they want to see aspects of yourself or qualities of yourself that can also align with like the mission statement of that college or the vision that college has. So maybe if there's a certain college that what I really love to do was like look at the mission statements of the colleges that I'd applied to, and then just kind of seeing those like qualities or characters that they like. Oh, maybe they really value like integrity and honesty and are hardworking. Like those are just like general terms. Sometimes like if you look at mission statements for certain colleges, they'll use like specific qualities that they really like to have in their students. Some mission statements may include something about like using having the students use their passions to make difference. So if you include keywords like that in your essay, college admissions officers would be like, that seems familiar. The college admissions officers would be like, oh wow, like this student would fit perfectly here because they just go along with the vision that we have. So that was like one thing that like really helped doing the research about like mission statements. And then another thing to just kind of get I don't know if I should use the word like vibe, or to kind of see like the qualities that a college is looking for is by just looking through the website, doing research on the college. And another thing that like when I first was starting to write my essay or like researching colleges, I was like, so what does like researching colleges really mean? So some examples of that would be like looking at the website. Another thing is like if you want to apply to a certain like school or college within the university or a certain major, like looking at that that major's website, and like looking through that website, seeing some of the classes that they offer, maybe talking about some of those like interesting classes in your essay, saying, all right, so if they ask like, why do you want to come to school, be like, well, okay, talking about those qualities, something from the mission statement, like in your own words, and then also including maybe like a class that you found interesting, saying, oh, and then when if I were to come to school, I would love to take this class, maybe work with this professor. If you found a really cool professor, you found like research that you were really interested by, maybe looking at like some of the research, it'd be really great if you kind of was interested in like the research or the professor beforehand. But maybe if when you're doing your research before you write your essay and everything, and you start like looking through the website and finding all these like classes or research that you're interested in, if you really find an interest in that, it'd be great to you talk about that in your essay if you feel like it would help, and bring that in an interview, perhaps, and I think so yeah, definitely going through websites. If you like know anybody who's been an alumni, that's really great, or a current student, asking them questions is really great. YouTube was really helpful. Listening to current students talking about, or like alumni talking about like their school was really great. It's so important. Information sessions, I would say go to as many information sessions as you can about schools that you're interested in. They're so helpful. Just also with you being able to see like if you can actually see yourself at that school. And then I love to take notes during the information sessions as well. Just like gathering so much information, as much information as I can, to just so that when I'm writing the essay, it can show the admissions officer that I would really fit in at that school. So yeah, like, so some different ideas of research would be information sessions, websites, and then talking to like students or alumni. So that is one of my tips for starting to plan to write your essay. I hope this video is helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video.